see the fact that we're using up 7 times our fair share of the world's resources. We here in the United States. And this is what God put out here for, I presume, for all of us. And I look at our testimony of equality, and I look at that 7 times, and the only thing I can see between them is a black hole. And so there's something terribly, terribly wrong here. And I see it as a spiritual challenge to be aware of this. We are the slave owners, we of the first world. And the people of the 2/3 world who put together our watches and sew up our shirts, get the bananas out, they're our slaves. I see that we continue to live at the rate we're going at our spiritual peril. What is living this way doing to us that we're not aware of? We do not comprehend what this is doing to our relationship with God. How can I use this privilege that is me, that I cannot get rid of, most of? How can I use this in the most responsible way possible?
We see the purpose of rice sharing being twofold. One, to fund projects, providing support for people who are doing creative development work. But we also see a mission to work with friends in the U.S. to look at what it does to our relationship to God when we are overburdened. Enough. I have enough. My car is good enough. One car is enough. My house is good enough. My clothing is good enough. What should I keep? I should keep those things that bring me life, that bring joy and meaning and strength and goodness into my life. Everything else is unnecessary. We found in Missoula when we did the Simplify Life garage sales that as we removed unnecessary possessions from our homes were lightened, and we felt enlightened by that process. So it's very important to take the resource that we save and translate that into opportunity for someone else.
Speaking of money, here's our donation from the ride sharing.
Thank you very much.
There's $6,000 there towards ride sharing, which will be enough to fund a whole project, probably in southern India somewhere.
Through the years, many, many thousands of dollars have been raised through Simple Meals. The Simple Meal is a time of prayer. It's a time of consciousness, experiencing what it is for most people living in the developing world, what they eat. In this case, we're serving beans and rice. There are so many strong messages in the culture around us that meaning is to be found in things, including food. Let's examine it. What does it feel like? And you're simply sitting there with just a little bit. And it will make us uncomfortable, hopefully. It's a fairly direct connection between American friends giving up some sense of privilege and the things that come with that privilege and making them available to persons, in our case, often in South India, which is where a lot of our projects are.
The heart of right-sharing's work is that it's God who calls us to the right sharing of world resources and into an equitable relationship that partners us with brothers and sisters around the world. The grants that we support with right-sharing's work are very much grassroots works. They come out of the location where those people are. They know best how their work will translate into meaningful change in their environment. 653.
This looks very strong to me.
Yes. I like this one.
I had a double yes.
I had, check plus plus.
We are doing development work on a micro level. The loans that we make to women can be in such small amounts as $50. And it is used in the multiplier effect that is hard to imagine here. The small amount of money it takes to make a profound effect in a person's life there.
Many people in India are below the poverty line, but women especially are suffering in untold ways with little education or financial independence. Many women are being treated as slaves. We are helping them gain the confidence they need to participate on an equal footing with men in their own lives.
The Sangam is the source of help. If there's a problem in a family, the woman is supposed to solve it. She's supposed to come up with the money somehow. And the Sangams and the projects that we have funded have helped women to do that.
We earned 15 rupees a day in wages. Out of that, 1 or 2 rupees would be saved each day. After 6 months, we had enough to lend it to ourselves to start a small business or buy a goat. We have grown to now be able to loan 10,000 rupees. We have bought cattle and started a tea stall and a grocery shop. Throughout their lives, women own nothing of their own. For them to have the confidence to live an independent life, they must own property in their own name.
And at another project, they told me that because of the ride-sharing funding that they were receiving, that 150 people would be eating this winter, who otherwise would not.
The first project with ride-sharing was to create an awareness about the environment among school children. We started non-formal education in about 20 villages. We bought some equipment and set up a small laboratory so we could test the quality of the water. Simple tests can teach them about problems like pollution.
All over the world, there are children in schools just like this who are learning how to care for the environment.
This area is predominantly agricultural, but the farmers were getting a harvest so poor it wouldn't cover their investment. The land was slowly degrading from the use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. That's why we changed to sustainable agriculture.
We use organic methods not just for the yield, but to save this land for future generations.
Our possessions, our literal weight in possessions, blinds us to really seeing what's going on elsewhere. It makes us uncomfortable when we see a very malnourished person. We would prefer not to see it. But if we do see and we open our eyes, then it becomes very difficult to be frivolous with the resources that we have.
Somehow we feel that if we can't do the whole thing, we don't do any of it, and it's overwhelming. To me, we need to look at it from a very different aspect. What's the right thing to do?
What I experience in my life, that God has called me to right sharing. God has called me to a life of simplicity. God has called me to meet the needs of people around me that I can.
Thank you on behalf of the whole organization.